Happy midweek, everybody. We're going to take a look at tomorrow's potential setups, if there are any. We'll scan, we'll look, we'll talk about some potential things that could happen. I guess let's start with SPY. Move off the indexes to begin with. If you know our strategy, you'll understand what I'm talking about here. I'll try not to do too much strategy lingo as we go forward, but essentially we play off of the Bollinger Bands. Combined with the strat, just for day swings. We'll get into some intraday stuff as well for what I want to look at, and some potential trades there as well. So to start with SPY, we really haven't obviously started a new trend off this pivot, but we haven't had very much digestion of this, which is it's not necessarily concerning by any means. It's kind of interesting to look at because, digestion areas are kind of like right here. Yeah, right around here. We had a little bit in this consolidation, if you want to call it that, kind of rejection, and then we moved back up. But this straight move up from the low here of 369. I remember I think I was talking to Trading Grounds. I said 360 needs to get hit before we see a bounce up, and 362 got hit, so just off the mark a little bit there, but pretty good guess. So as we're moving up here, what I'll look for is something off the top here. Even tomorrow, I mean, this isn't exactly a great setup. Let's push back down at the end of the day, but ideally we'd see something like this, or something like this over here. But we moved through this digestion area pretty hefty. We did sweep the tops here. This double top right here got swept today. So I wouldn't be surprised if we do come back down. Below 426.88 would be a nice move down into possibly resting at 420 again, just above here, just kind of the midsection of this digestion. But not a great setup for tomorrow. We'll see kind of what it does. Post-market didn't really move, so there's that. Let's look at QQQ. Kind of a similar situation, but we went outside on the day today. Again, there's this digestion area. We just kind of entered in for QQQ, so we could still see a push up depending on what we get. Indecision today. Took out the bottoms and tops. This double top here, more like a triple top, got swept today, so we could see a regression back into 323. In the next couple days. Safety would be 326 if you're going short. Again, not really ideal, especially if we're going to be gapping up and down and stuff like that. So we'll see. I'm getting into Apple, kind of a similar situation, but a little more aggressive. If we look here, if we look at the bottom here, this is a very aggressive channel upwards. And if you look, we had something similar here before. This is a little more aggressive than that. This is a 78 from 50, so $28 move. This is a 34 to 73. So again, a little more of a move for sure, with some pullback in it, but not real. This is more of a healthy move up rather than just a linear line straight up. So I don't really know how to play that. We haven't even swept this little area right here, which is what I would like to see get swept before I short Apple, even though this upwards trajectory is kind of insane. So not much there. AMD probably similar. So AMD's, yeah. Here's the thing with AMD. We do have a 2 down today, right? So above 101.45, we could see a sweep of 104.68. So if we sweep that, we'd probably run right into 109 in the next couple days, maybe into next week. So keep that on watch. NVIDIA kind of similar situation, but it's a little bit tighter. I wouldn't even look at NVIDIA as a potential play unless you're looking at like intraday. Even then, not a fan of it. I would like to get... They always move their stuff. Well, we'll do it later. I just want to get aftermarket off and pre-market off. So Netflix, kind of interesting breakout. We kind of shot right up through this prior resistance, which is now support. And we're at the top here. We did find entry today. I took a put on the break up 247.51, and saw the low of about 244. Ideally, I'd like to come all the way down to 241 before selling anything, because 241 should see some support, considering we saw a huge sell-off here. We're kind of buckling here, so we kind of have this U shape kind of coming in. We should channel down, maybe even see 233 and then pop back up for new highs, if that's the healthy move, unless they just want to pump it out. We'll see. Tesla did a kind of a failure today. If it gets below here, 908.65, could definitely see move back down to 848, 850 for a strong move. A weak move would probably be 892. So some wiggle room there for sure. BA sort of similar. If it wants to come back down tomorrow, we could see some healthy move into the 163, 165 range. And on BA, a $4 move is plenty of money, because we did just cross up and sweep these without really much of a move back down. Microsoft, kind of the same thing, sweeping without any move down, but the move probably would be coming at the end of this week to early next week if it's going to move down. Not much of a play here. Shop, sort of similar. We had our play right here off the inside, so 39.66 area, and we saw down to 37, which is fine. Realistically, it could still see 34 in that middle of the digestion period, post split. But let's see, as we go into Roku, nothing there. SQ, not quite. See, ideally, we would have swept this into the middle line of the Bollingers and then gone above, but we can still see above 87.10 into a new high, 93, depending on how the market wants to roll. So that's really what I'm looking at. We can look at Meta and Amazon real quick. Meta's, indecision moving sideways, lack of volume on the downside here, declining volume as we moved up, which realistically means we should see a move down, probably 173-ish. Again, that's just if the market wants to go down. If it's going up, then it can do whatever it wants. Amazon, we did make increased volume here, so I would not be shocked to see Amazon kind of come back up into the 149 range. Back up. I mean, not that it's been there since the split, but get into that area right there, 149-ish. Ideally, hits 150, sweeps it, and then comes back down. What else we got? I think that's really it. So for intraday stuff, we could take a look at SPX, because that's usually what I play for my intraday stuff. Okay. So go down to the 3-minute. This is not the right VWAP deviations. There we go. So today I think I had 2 trades today. Volume is weird. We had that squeeze into the midday, and then volume kind of just disappeared until the news broke on the tax for the corporations and stuff, and the spending bill and all that stuff. So early on, I sort of stay out until about 10:30. I try to at least. We saw a move here off the inside, and then we went 2 down, a failed 2 down, so I entered at 4280.79-ish. Played it to the mid VWAP, which was a good idea because obviously we rejected, but we did move higher, so I kind of missed the move on that a little bit. I had one contract pretty late off that, so I didn't enter here. I actually entered, well, I got kind of lucky because I missed it. Entered here for one contract and wrote it to sweep the early morning highs, which I got out. So 2 winning trades off of that. And then over here, I did catch this move, which was, I did not catch all of it. I mean, staying in the entire thing would be kind of insane, but I did catch a good chunk of it. So we came up above my trigger line here. I was waiting for a fail two up. We had one here, we had one inside, and we had another fail two up. So I entered 432393. I played it down to sweep the resting period of the squeeze. So just below here, 4305, which happened pretty quickly, um, and was probably the best trade I've had in several months. So um, got lucky obviously there because I was not paying attention to news. So I will happily admit that I got lucky there. So that's really it. You could have had another late day one right there. You can even came off of the bottom here and traded upwards. This is what I'll probably be trading live as we move forward. Oops. But I will be doing futures. So what I do is kind of confusing because ES doesn't move like SPX, ironically, because there's no after pre-market for SPX. So what I do is I just kind of maintain a visual on SPX and trade of 8 for futures. Gets a little hectic at times, but I will be trying to live stream that in the coming weeks. So I hope you guys enjoyed that. Leave a comment down below, click subscribe, and let me know what kind of videos you guys would like to see.